Alright, what's up YouTube? So today in this video we are going to finally be doing some work on the Honda Davidson, our big three-wheeler. It's been crazy cold lately, so we haven't been doing a lot of stuff on it, but we're going to try to mount an axle and maybe get a throttle cable run. But right before I do that, I'm going to finish this stupid waste oil burner. I got some I don't know what I was expecting with this shitty tube. It's so thin that I don't know, but I got some 3-inch vent tube that should be fine. And I didn't show this in the last video, but we just try to drill a hole through the wall and stick it out there. Either way, we're gonna drill a big hole and put that tube through it. Okay, so I just cut this piece of 3-inch stainless and I just tacked it on there, and then I'm gonna just put these pieces up. I'm gonna make that hole 3-inch hole. It's the closest thing I've got, so I'm gonna just make a couple holes with this probably. Alright, so we got this oil heater finally done. Still pretty rigged, but it's working at this point. And now we're going to try to do some work on this thing and mount an axle to it somehow. So this thing's literally red hot right now. 700 degrees on the inside. Alright, making the truck to true value. Realize we need some pipe, 1-inch ID pipe, which we don't have. Of course we have some tube, which isn't quite right. Alright, so we got some U-bolts so we can hold the pipe on, but unfortunately didn't have anything the right size here. We had the price of pipes. We're making a trek to Home Depot. Alright, so last night Pat and I went to our local hardware store and they didn't really have what we needed. So we went to Home Depot. We got 2 of these. There's like a 1-inch nipple. But we're going to cut them in half longwise. And then this is a bearing. One of those needle ones. So the bearing is going to slide onto the axle. And then this one is going to act like a clamp. It's going to be 2 halves. We're going to use some U-bolts just to clamp it down and on. And then we'll weld a piece of this to the back of here. Yeah, so we didn't get very much done last night because it was like 0 degrees, but like today it's raining and it's like 45. We still got this waste heater going, so it works pretty good. We got I don't think I said this yesterday, but it's a dryer pipe. And then, what I think I'm going to do first is just take the motor back off, actually, and weld the axle and everything on. Alright, so I'm going to cut a notch in the frame right here, because when this gear is spinning, it's going to run into the frame if the axle sits flush with this. So I just need to cut a slot so that can be in there and spin. Alright, quick change of plans here. So I'm going to cut another piece this size, weld it on there. And that's on. I'll have some kind of support beam. That'll give me plenty of space for if we want to add more gears or something like that in the future, we can do that. We don't have to worry about this. I might put a plate just to fix that spot in here, but that'll put the whole axle sitting out about this far. So I'm going to cut another piece this size, weld them both on, maybe some cross braces. Alright, time to break out the rig saw. Working just fine today, and then it'll break after about a minute of cutting, but we'll cut this with that. Oh, uh-oh. Oh no, that's never happened before. Oh, is she dead? Uh-oh. Oh no, I think it died for good. Oh, so I think that officially kills this thing. It makes no noise whatsoever when I turn it on anymore. I'm gonna have to do the rest of this cutting with the normal angle grinder, which is fine. And what I might do is get another grinder, a better one, and just put it in the first place. Okay, so then I'm going to cut a notch down here, because these are going to sit in there like that. And the axle's got to be able to go through, so I'm going to cut this out and do that. It should be good. Alright, so I got both of these cut. Alright, so I just got one of these cut in half. I'm about to cut the other one. And then I'm going to do some welding. Okay, so I drilled some holes in these. These are for the U-bolts, so you'll sit in there like that. Each of these, there's 2 per thing. And then I'm going to weld these on to make these little brackets. Alright, so I got these welded, these little brackets. These are going on here like this. Just gotta make sure I get them parallel. Alright, so I flipped the trike over and then I got these brackets welded on. More ugly welds, kind of the theme of this thing, I guess. But those are welded on, and that should be plenty strong for the axle. So it appears this axle actually might be too short. We don't have much room on either side. No, I also welded in this little piece because I didn't do that thing with the gear earlier. And anyway, I think this axle is going to be too short, so we're going to need to see if we can get another 3-inch or 3/4 inch rod. Alright, so you got your bearing here. And this is all the rubber shit, so I can get it to slide on very far, but I'm just sliding on that far for now. And this goes on here. And this U-bolt will go on like that. And I'm not going to put it all the way on right now, but there's 2 of those, so you can see what those holes are all about. And it's the same on that side. But I mean, that's really it. I need a new axle piece, but other than that, the axle is completely ready to be mounted now. Then Patrick's got a quick announcement to make on some other cool stuff that we're going to be doing on this bike.
Alright, so for my final project for my my electrical engineering technology degree, I had to find a diagram online, this thing, and modify it somehow for something that I could use. And this is just a blinking light diagram. It's not overly helpful. I crossed off a whole bunch of stuff and wrote a bunch of numbers down. But what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to double it over and add a switch. I'm going to use it as a blinker system for the trike. Might add some lights, might add some horns. Right now I only have components for the blinkers. But that's what all these are. They came in the other morning. So we're going to add that to the build process. Obviously some of you guys might not care as much about electrical, but that's what I like to do. And I get a grade for it. Yeah, we'll keep you guys updated as that progresses.
That's pretty much it for that. Yeah, come back next Tuesday for another video.